week? How's the squad after the weekend heading into this game tomorrow night?
In general, positive. So yeah, I will not. I talked about that already. Nana will not be available next couple of months, so I cannot repeat that every press conference every 3 days. Tom Lawrence is still working individual. I expect him back in the short term. Rabbi Matondo and Oscar Cortez doing parts of the training, so they're close of being available again in the trainings and then later on in the games. And we need to see their level then. Of course, that moment. Papa and Dujon Sterling, that's still a doubt for tomorrow, but that's a question of hours or days, so it's really short term.
How big a frustration is that with Dujon? Does it seem to be able to string that number against?
No, but I told you guys, and I think if I compare with a lot of other managers, you guys get a lot of information, because I even went into details about that. It's not an injury, it's something that can happen in a human body. It's not even an injury because of load or whatever. So that's unlucky. We try to solve it fast. The medical staff tries to solve that fast, and you cannot do more. But of course, he was doing well, so you want to keep these players available, but it's part of life.
Another different challenge for you after Nice, and then the away game the other day, a very different challenge being back at Ibrox. What do you have to show the Ibrox crowd that you perhaps not shown them at times this season?
To score more goals. I think that's a major one. We didn't concede much, but we have to score more goals and to be more lethal in the final third. In that way, and looking also with the players available, how we can create this. Of course, the last, we talk now about the lists. There are several important offensive players that we were missing. Danilo is coming back now. He was all the time not available. Jan is also with the situation before. He's coming back, giving other options. Hamza, he's taking really good steps. So I think 1 month ago, a lot of people were saying, why do we buy a Moroccan guy who don't have any experience at this level? So people start to see now why, but he needs to take further steps the next couple of months. So we start to get options there in the offensive part, and that's crucial for sure in a club as Rangers, where you have so many games. We will have now 16 games the next 8 weeks. So it's going to be very important that you can have also a kind of rotation in those positions, but a rotation that you can put quality in every minute that players are on the pitch. That's crucial to get results.
Just go back to your team and Robin Crawford, okay?
Yes, he's okay again. So he was sick during the game. He got a knock on the knee also, but both those things are resolved.
Speaking about the goals, are you satisfied with the amount and the quality of chances they're creating?
You always want better, but the last couple of weeks we came a lot of times in the box. We had a lot of good chances that were saved really well against Dundee United, now St Johnstone also. You always want more, of course, but you need to create this automatism between players. In that way, there were from last season. Look at the starting lineup offensively. There's not one player from last season who started, for example, last game. We have a lot of new players in that area also. You need to find connections. I don't want to make comparisons too much with other teams, but the better players or the better player in offensive part on the other side of the town was 6 months ago or last season, was not starting there. He needed time after the transfer to get his rhythm, to get his connection with other players. We're working on that with all these guys, and it's about small details, and it's about getting the confidence and getting the goals. But you see that we come more and more in a good way in the box, and we get more and more chances. So that's the way we need to continue.
Philippe, your immediate target in the league will be to close in on Aberdeen. They drop points at the weekend. Tomorrow night be another big opportunity.
No, it's not about closing down. It's about taking the points yourself. It's all about that. And it was the same story last season. It's about us taking the points and not being focused on what others are doing. You don't have any control on that. What we need to control is taking the points ourselves and focusing on that, and not throwing away points like we did, for example, against Dundee United by not scoring the second goal, although we had 10 shots on target. So those games you need to kill off.
I'm sure John Gallagher said there will be funds available in January to strengthen. Do you feel that's where you need to strengthen those forward areas to get there?
I'm not going to go in detail with that because that's something things to discuss with the board. We have other parts also to strengthen. I think to be competitive every 3 days. But those are things to discuss with the boards, and for sure also the funds. Hasn't been done yet, so it's going to be in the near future that we need to see the reality of that.
Do you feel you need to do that in January to go and achieve what you want to achieve?
I think it's necessary that we can do good things, yeah. Like every team wants, like every manager wants. We will see what's possible.
Just talking about scoring more goals, Philippe, is that a big difference you've noticed since coming to Scotland in particular with this?
No.
It's not just about winning games, you've got to do it with style as well.
No, totally not. I don't know if you know what teams I've been in the past. Been also always been teams that created a lot of chances. Last season also we scored a lot of goals. Sima left, he scored 16 goals last season. You need to find replacement for that, also in the automatism, in that way. So we always play to score goals, to play attacking football. We're not a team who's defending and waiting and reacting. We take the ball and we want to create chances. Do we need to be better in our runs, in our timing, in our coordinated play in the final third? Yes, we need to become better, but that's the matter of working on that, training on that. Training moments are not so big, so it's a lot with video, it's a lot with doing it in the games, but you see also the transition you had to make in the last couple of months in these offensive positions. So it's a work that's getting better. I don't think we have this stock if the two goalkeepers of Dundee and St. Johnstone didn't do a really good job in those two games also. Then maybe we didn't have this stock today also. That's also football. So the most important thing is to keep on creating that. And I see in the finishing, we get more and more shots on target than in the beginning of the season.
Last couple.
Injuries are contributing to the lack of goals or creativity or whatnot. So for the fans who are getting frustrated, is it a case of patience? Is that what you're message to them who are?
Yes, of course, but I know, I understand that fans want goals and everything and wins, and like I use the word sexy wins, and you guys use the word after also, I hear. No, I want that. I want domination. I want that we don't give away chances. We put a lot of energy in our offensive play, in our trainings in that way, in scoring goals. We did also in several moments, because it's not that we had also a 6-0 win. We had in Europe 2 times that we scored 4 goals. So you cannot say we're not a team who wants to create. In also the last 2 games, okay, we scored 1 goal, but we had, I think, one time 9 shots on target, the other one game 10 shots on target, and the opponent 1 time. So we're pushing in that way. It's keep on pushing, making it better, making the runs better, making the timings better, making the finishing better. That's a work in progress. Of course, the more quality you have, naturally from players, the more easy it will get. So I hope to get players who did really well in that way this season and last season with Oscar and Rabi, in that way to get them back in the squad. That will help the squad also. Like in every team, when they miss players who were important before, it's not so easy to replace all the time. For sure not with every 3 days. With Václav and Nedim, they had to play almost every minute of the last months. And then you miss sometimes that little bit of freshness also to kill it off.
Last 2.
Philippe, you've got Kilmarnock, Ross County, then Spurs and Celtic. How much improvement do you feel that you need for the last 2 games? And how
It's about Kilmarnock now. And it's game by game, totally different kind of games also. So it's focusing on the next one and after on the next one. And it's about that. And then looking with the squad who's available to make the right choices, also to keep some freshness, that they need a kind of rotation in the squad also, and looking that game by game to get the 3 points and to go for that.
There's a period in the season which could be huge for you, that those two matches in particular could really turn things around?
No, all the games are important. We cannot say those two are important and the rest not. So every game is important for us if we want to achieve what we want to achieve. So focus on the next one, that's the most important.
Looking to buy a car? Click the link below.